Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're going to be using this medium weight for 100% cotton yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, some bobby pins and stitch markers, and a tape measure to make the mesh cover up wrap skirt. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm making a size small, but you can customize this skirt to fit you. All you have to do is measure around your waist, where you want it to sit, add about 12 to 16 inches for the overlap, and then chain this length. So mine is about 43 inches wide, and it took about 132 chains. So the first thing I did was put a double crochet in the very first chain from the hook, and then I chained one. However, you can also chain however many you need for the length of your skirt. Chain four more, and then that will count as a double crochet plus a chain one. I always put a stitch marker at the ends of my work so that I can keep it nice and neat and even. And then you're going to skip a chain at the bottom and double crochet into the next chain after that, which is going to start your mesh stitch. And then you chain one, skip a chain at the bottom, double crochet into the next one, chain one, skip a chain at the bottom, double crochet to the next one, and that is basically it. You do this, and this is your mesh stitch, and you're going to do this to the end of the row. So you're just going to continue this pattern for however many rows you need, and this is what it's looking like so far, with just several rows done, but we still have a lot more to go. Now the measurements I gave you are correct. This was when they weren't correct. I didn't have that 43 inches, so I didn't have enough to cover the overlap, so I had to add some more rows in there. So this is me adding the extra rows, and I kind of had to go sideways, turn it sideways and just add some rows until I got the length that I wanted. But now that I know that, next time I make the skirt, I won't have to do that. I'll just have the correct length of the chain. But this is what happens in crochet. Sometimes you make a mistake and you just roll with it. So this is what I'm doing right here. So if you find that your chain wasn't long enough and you need to add more length, this is an easy fix. Just turn your project sideways and add, however many more rows you need. And that's basically, what I did. And yes, the mesh is going to line up. It's going to look a little bit different because it's going in a different direction. But, that's okay. I feel like, crochet is art, so it's okay if it looks a little different here or there, as long as it's even and it matches up, lengthwise, it'll be fine. So all in all, I did about 13 extra rows to get to the length that I wanted. So this is how it's looking. So now my skirt, it is 43 inches wide, which is where I need it to be, so that I have extra for the overlap, so that it is actually a wrap skirt. Okay, so this is how it's looking, and as you can see, the skirt is now actually overlapping to the other side of the waist. So that's where I needed to be. So now that I have the length right, I'm going to go back and start doing the rows the regular way across again until I get the length that I want it to be. So I turn my project back long ways. Instead of going sideways, I'm going back the long way now to go across and add as many rows as I need. I did about 26 rows in total, which made the skirt about 15.5 inches long. Again, still doing the mesh stitch, double crochet, chain one, skip a chain, and double crochet into the next stitch, which should be the corresponding double crochet underneath. And that's really it. The body of this project is just repetitive mesh stitch for however many rows you need to make it the length that you want. So just keep measuring the skirt against yourself or a mannequin until you get it to be the perfect length. And here is how it's looking now that I've done all the rows that I need. I got the length that I want. The wrap is wrapping, and so now I'm ready to add a border. So for the border, I just did a really simple border, just single crochet around the entire skirt, the entire rectangle, twice. So I did 2 rows of single crochet all the way around, and I felt that that gave it a nice clean look. Now I did 2 rows of single crochet around the border of the skirt, but it would look just as cute if you only did the 1 row of single crochet around the border. So it's up to you. 1 or 2 rows of single crochets will do. So before I chain up my ties, I just add some yarn to see the length that I want it to be and how it'll look and how it'll lay. So that's what I'm doing right here on the mannequin, just testing out the length of the strings. So I decided that I needed the chain for the ties to be about 60 inches long. So I had to chain about 228 for each tie. So yeah, it took me a little minute. So in the top corner space of your skirt, you're going to pull the tie halfway through because it's going to be like a double string. And you're going to even up the ends and then tie the ends together in a little knot like so. You want to make sure your knot is nice and secure and tight, and then you can just clip off the extra yarn, the ends. And voila, we're done. So I like to pull the string through one of the top holes of the skirt to kind of secure it as I'm wrapping it around. So yeah, so basically this is how the skirt looks. It's finished. I just have to, tie in the end on the bottom, hide that string, but yeah, this is how it looks. So it wraps around perfectly. And this is how it looks when it's laid out. It's just simple rectangle with some ties. Very, very easy. And this is how it looks styled with one of my bikinis. So I just love it. I think it looks really cute, and it was so easy to make. Somebody that is a beginner at crochet could do this very easily. And if you are interested in the written pattern, click the link in my bio to my Etsy, Shay by Dre, and you'll find the written pattern for this skirt and all of my other patterns there as well. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys tried to make it, how it turned out, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.